Hello everyone, Royce, and welcome to Things Invest. Talk about investing, finance, fresh to the bone, for today's items only. The investment topic today will be Ethereum ticker ETH. First, I want to say happy Sunday, everybody. Hope a great weekend, by the way. With respect to Ethereum, some recordings of 8:42 a.m. on an Eastern time, currently $3,156, down about 2.86% so far. On the media affectation front, I've been collecting this morning ever since I woke up at like 7 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. I don't know what the hell's happening. But it seems like there isn't any specific news that's really driving this sell off that we're currently experiencing across the whole crypto market. It's really mainly coming from the fact that we've been just running relatively hot, right? It seems like public investors and some whales in the equations are running out of patience, right? We've been attempting to reach above the 3,385, which is the next platform or resistance level. And then we subsequently hover back down as of yesterday, to the 3,250, which is a level of identification that we've known so far, right? As a next level of non-substantive consolidation zone. And then obviously the 3,200, which is just a flat number that people just typically test at. But we subsequently broke through those. So we broke through one resistance level and two non-substantive. One is a flat number, and the other one is just more of a another flat number, but it's on the 50s, right? So it seems like we're kind of hovering back down to a comfort zone, 3,150. So I'm gonna go through a technical analysis to see how we're trending so far, right? It seems like the death cross is definitely forming, as I'm looking at the MACD and the RSI so far. So we're gonna watch how the chart is gonna be progressing so far, look at the psychology behind the charts in front of us. So stay tuned, stick around, let's make some money. Alright, so moving on to the technical analysis for Ethereum ticker ETH, I'm recording this of 8:44 a.m. on Eastern time, currently $3,152, down about 2.97% so far. You can see that with respect to the entire market today, we are relatively down. On Bitcoin down about 2.3%, Dogecoin down a little bit less, 1.2%, Cardano's down about 2.72% as well. So with respect to Ethereum and across the whole Bitcoin, we've been having a lot of the drag effects that's driven by both the Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? I would say it's more driven by the Ethereum drag effects in comparisons to other ones, but obviously Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're kind of on a parallel spectrum in terms of the drag effect to the overall market, right? So let's look at Ethereum just specifically, right? We know that we have been dragging up for the last 16 to 17 days now. So we are just basically looking for the next substantive reason for either to break above to the next level of 3,385 or technically 3,394 if you look at the line that I drew here. But anywhere around the level would be considered to be the substantive level, right? Anywhere above 3,385, right? And we know we never got there. We've been eyeing that number for quite some time now, right? If I move this chart a little bit, you see that we got to like 3,335. So we're like $50 away from where we were looking at right before. So let me shift this back down to, yep, there we go. And you can see that we never got to that level by $50. So when you are hovering and levitating, you most of the time have the high propensity to go back down, right? You can see that we went back down, and the first level of consolidation zone that you see if you look closely would be the 3,250, which is the level that we talked about, right? And then next level would be the next level leap down, 3,150, which is the level that we've been consolidating ever since. And again, if you've been watching my videos for the last, I don't know, 2 weeks so far, we know that 3,150 is a substantive level that's been consolidating so far, right? But knowing the fact that we've been dragged up for a relatively long time now, you could see that with respect to the cross section that we have had back in July 21st. It we've been dragging up ever since the B Word Summit, and then J.P. Morgan, Goldman Sachs news, and then it's the the crypto bill news coming from Don Beyer, from Gary Gensler, talking about crypto assets as some sort of a scam or fraud. And Janet Yellen, trapping all the financial regulators into one room, talking about stablecoin and the future foreshadow initialization that they have going forward as well, right? So it seems like we are going to be expecting some sell-off coming, knowing the fact that the MACD is slowly forming, crossing together. RSI slowly depleting, which is a good sign that the normalization is coming, right? So what I see going forward is that we will test 3,000 first, right? We might see like a surge by the time we see 3,000 because of the FOMO effect. Like, oh, we're not gonna break 3,000. Come on. But a lot of people that don't know technical analysis, they will realize that, that if you know about technical analysis, as we are, talking about this on a daily basis now, you probably understand the pattern that we're talking now, right? That I see that the cross section should be forming momentarily. I think whatever goes up really, really fast comes down just as fast. So it takes us about maybe over 2 weeks for us to leap from 1,750 all the way to 3,335. That is going to take a comparable amount of time, maybe a month, for us to come back down, ideally to the levels of below, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if, a month from now, we might see back, to the low 2,000, 2,450, or 2,750. It's very possible because it needs to go through that normal oscillation, and this is a bearish signal. You see a cross section, we see RSI slowly depleting, right? And it's a normal course of cadence and needs to happen. People need to take profit somehow. The money needs to circulate further, right? So something to be mindful of. Would I be buying now? If you want to buy now, it's fine. If you want to incur some risk exposure for yourself, but just know that we have a high propensity to go back down even further, based on just how the chart is set up, right? And again, selling off is a good thing because it gives you a better opportunity to buy at a lower discount and lower risk profile at the same time. All right, just to recap on the numbers and technical analysis, with respect to Ethereum, right, we are leaping down to the more comfort level, 3,150, right? However, the death cross seems like it's slowly forming based on the chart that we're set up right now. So we have to be, cautious and be aware that we might sell off a little bit more. Once we get that death cross, we will definitely leap back down to the next comfortable level, right? Ideally to the 2,750. Ideally, for me, 2,450, right? Some people even said 1,750, right? It could happen because of the complete oscillation. It goes basically in the full revolution of 360 degrees, right? However, if you want to buy it now, that's fine, right? Just know that with respect to the risk exposure that you have to take that with a great mental preparation. But long term wise, 9,800, it should be, a relatively rewarding outcome. If you think about this on long term value proposition perspective. Right, so that's it for the respect my technical analysis on Ethereum ETH. Hopefully this is helpful. Again, this sell-off that we're experiencing right now, it is frustrating. I get it. That we've been just bouncing off the walls, and it's like, where's the drag effect that subsequently could get us to all-time high later? But just remember, it needs to go through the oscillations and retest and rebuild these new platforms of consolidation as just building more foundations for you to build buildings in an architectural perspective or build any substantive assets in a financial perspective at the same time, right? So hopefully it's helpful. I'm gonna go biking again today. It's New York is relatively chill today. It's not too sunny, not too hot either, and it's not too cool either. It's like in the 70s, 80s today, Fahrenheit obviously. So I'm gonna go biking, but I'm gonna still gonna be on my phone. So just feel free to give me a shout and stay tuned for this coming up. Take care. Bye.